Again, they can't just check the blood! Check the blood, the scene of the crime!
Hey, this is...
Oh, you're alive.
Sadly.
Mizuki? What happened?
You drank too much at the club and passed out.
Liar. I remember everything until I collapsed in the control room.
You did something dangerous during the sink last night, didn't you? Your brain got overloaded and you passed out. That's what Pewter and Boss said.
You met them?
They brought you over. They said to let you sleep it off because you were tired from the investigation.
It looks a mess, mate. So when are we gonna arrest Ota, by the way?
He probably went back to the hospital.
Boss told Mizuki about Ota being synced. And about what happened at the cold storage warehouse.
Why did she tell her all that?
Mizuki was asking about the status of the investigation. The girl has lost both her parents. I am sure Boss felt that she deserved to know.
I'm off today.
Why? Today is Tuesday, you should have school.
You really can be an insensitive jerk, can't you?
He can.
Taking the day off for mourning.
Ah, fair enough.
I see.
Oh, Date's brain is rotting away. He won't last long now. You should probably prepare for a funeral soon.
So they told you I'm completely fine, huh?
I detect no noticeable damage to your brain. You should not have any issue continuing the investigation.
Time to get back to
Hey,
work.
will you take me with you?
No!
I told you yesterday, Mizuki. I won't put you in danger like that.
But you're close to catching the culprit, right? The killer has an injury on their left leg. Boss said you need to find them. Let me help you.
No, you stay here.
Date, don't you know how I feel?
I do, but that's not the point.
My parents are dead.
I'm aware.
I saw their bodies with my own eyes.
You're also 12.
If I don't do something, I'm going to go crazy.
You're also 12.
Date, please.
You're 12 years old, madam. The fuck you gonna do?
Date, consider Mizuki's feelings. She is lonely. Mizuki has not been with Renju and Shoko for 4 years, but clearly she still feels a bond to them, a bond that was broken by the murderer. With her parents gone, Mizuki has almost no one. She can only depend on one person now. You know to whom I am referring.
You? Not Date. Never rely on Date.
Fine, let's go.
You're gonna take me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Date.
I got up, grabbed the towel from the sink, and tossed it at Mizuki.
Here, wipe your tears. We're heading out.
Mizuki quickly dabbed her eyes with the towel and smiled weakly. Again, though, Ota's a criminal.
Date, I must admit I am at a disadvantage. The clue that the culprit is injured on their left leg does not help me narrow down suspects significantly.
We need to revisit the scene. It's possible that we might find the culprit at one of the crime scenes.
Or ask around the city for further information.
crime, though. Oh, God. Oh, we have... Oh. Everywhere. Okay. Everywhere's opened up to us now. Also, Ota's still a criminal. I'm not going to let that go. He hit us with a walk. Oh, he's hit us with a walk. He's hit us with a walk. He's tasered us, and he tried to pull a knife out on us. He's a criminal, is what I'm saying. He also lies at every given fucking opportunity. We've not had a single conversation with him where there's not been one lie.
I remember telling you before that Bloom Park is an important part of my memories. Before it shut down, I came here a lot with Daddy and Mom. They fought a lot. But sometimes they got along. Whenever we were here, it was one of those sometimes days. I remember it clearly. I was just a little girl, but it was so rare to see them laughing together. That's why I remember it so well. I remember riding the merry-go-round like this. Mom was standing right next to me. She was holding me, so I wouldn't fall. I couldn't get on many of them because I was so little, but I did ride the Ferris wheel. And the panda ride. They're kinda tame now, but at the time they were really fun. I was having so much fun, it felt wrong. Like it was too good to be true.
That's kind of fucked up for a child to think, honestly.
Daddy was on the outside taking pictures of me and Mom. He was on the other side of the fence with an old camera. Every time we passed in front of him, Mom and I would wave our hands. We sound like a happy family, huh?
He must have gotten good pictures.
No, actually. We tried developing them at the park, but they came out all blurry and out of focus. But Mom wasn't mad or upset or anything. She just started laughing. That might have been the first and last time the three of us laughed out loud together. Other than last Friday? Nope, I haven't. This place has been off limits for almost a decade. Even if it wasn't, I don't think I would want to come back here.
Why is that?
How can I explain it? I guess I just wanted to keep that memory beautiful.
Fair enough.
I didn't want to ruin it or replace it with another.
No, I get that, I do.
But in the end, it was replaced with the worst memory possible.
I didn't say anything as Mizuki climbed down from the horse. Then she asked me something strange.
Hey Date, how do you define family?
As bonds, mostly. People closest and dearest to you, not necessarily blood or anything like that. You know.
Define it? You mean like being blood related?
Nah, it's more than blood related.
That would mean you and I could never be family.
I know, right?
Well, I guess that's okay.
It's okay.
This is what I think. A family is a perfectly ordinary relationship in the most ordinary way.
Huh?
Like, you say, I'm home, and you get a welcome home back. Doing those ordinary things automatically, without even thinking about it, is what a family is.
That is also true.
That's why maybe me and Mom and Daddy weren't able to be a family. Our whole lives, we never could be ordinary. Even if I tried my hardest to be normal, it would just be awkward. Eventually, I got tired of trying. I killed them.
What?
I killed Mom and Daddy.
I assume you mean the relationship.
I was never a good girl. I didn't listen to Mom. I couldn't do ordinary things. That's why Mom hit me. And why Mom and Daddy didn't get along.
We're gonna just gloss over the we're just gonna gloss over that, are we? Okay.
And why they got divorced.
Okay, here we go. Remember, she's 12. She's been through some shit. She's gonna think this shit, even if it's logically incorrect.
Then Mom had to start working and start doing business with dangerous people. If I was just a good girl, Mom wouldn't have been killed. All of this, is all my fault.
This is a common thing. Again, this is going back to me being the whole logic dictates everything. But this is a common thing that I've never understood. Kids who blame themselves for their parents' divorce. I've never understood that. Ever. Like, I have never been able to make the mental connections to at least justify a kid's thought process into that. Whenever it happens in films and games and whatnot, I can never be like, okay. So it's just like, no, though. But no, though. I can't. I just can't physically grasp that.
Why me?
Hey, haven't you had enough?
Why me?
I'm not married, so take this with a grain of salt, but it's not just you, right? Doesn't every family have a tough time raising children?
Our child is abnormal.
Abnormal?
Ever since she was a baby, no child should cry at night as much as she did.
Oh, listen. Oh, no. Listen. My brother. Oh.
No child should dislike buggy rides that much. No child should ask to be picked up and hugged all the time.
I mean, again, second one my brother. First one my brother, second one me.
She's still abnormal even now.
She's a child.
Other children would have learned to clean up after themselves by now. They would be studying, going to bed on time, waking up on time. Yet why is my little girl?
She sounds like a normal kid to me. Maybe the problem isn't with Mizuki. Maybe it's you.
I'm doing more than anyone! Our child is stupid, brain dead, abnormal.
Okay.
Date, honey, you can't work her up like that.
Oh, so we're just doing this.
Sleeping at home, not knowing that her mother is crying her eyes out because of her.
Quite rude. But all mothers do that, really. How old is she here?
What? Why? I finally get some time to myself and you want to end it?
Date, really, just let her talk a little longer.
Alright.
I quit my job for that girl. I threw away the career that I built with my own hands. I raised my child at the expense of my own life.
That's called motherhood.
But one little slap.
Are you hitting your kid?
There's nothing I can do. I have no choice.
You have multiple choices.
I know you should never raise your hand to a child.
I mean, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, there's the whole, like, discipline. Parental discipline is a thing. I know that's a touchy subject nowadays, but listen. I'm just saying. I was raised in a certain household. I learned that if you got hit for a reason. And you know what I did? I stopped doing shit that made me get hit. Be a good kid. Get raised proper, is what I'm saying.
I know that. But I have a good reason. She doesn't listen to me, so what else am I supposed to do?
You reason with her. I know children are unreasonable, but you reason with kids. Slapping is literally a last resort, and only if they actually factually deserve it. Not just like, you spilt a drink, slap. You talk back to me, slap. You won't go to bed on time, slap. Like, no, there has to be actual grounds. Discipline. You're a bad mum is what I'm saying.
What the hell do you mean, what am I supposed to do? That's no reason to hit a child.
So of course she starts crying, and it's so irritating that I have to hit her again to get her to stop.
That is fucked.
And Mizuki cries and cries some more.
There's a difference between slapping a kid for discipline and slapping a kid out of anger. If you slap a kid out of anger, you are fucked.
Why are you crying? If you're gonna cry, why didn't you just listen to me in the first place? Then I wouldn't have to hit you. Stupid Mizuki. Stupid girl. It's not my fault. Everything is her fault.
Have you talked to Renju about this?
I'm trying. I'm trying harder than anyone. Why doesn't anyone see that? Why doesn't anyone understand?
Date.
Yeah, I'll talk to Renju about this.
You're fucked, Mum, is all I'm saying. You are actually fucked.
It was my misunderstanding.
Is this the first time we've ever heard you speak?
What do you mean?
I thought that mothers love their children unconditionally.
I mean, they... Grey area. Grey area.
But some mothers just can't do that.
Yeah, that's why it's a grey area.
Well, no. Maybe she does love her. But she has a hard time of it. Shoko was never hugged by her mother.
Oh, okay, that would explain a fair bit.
Not because her mother wasn't around. She was raised to never develop a sensitivity to affection. No hugs, no piggyback rides, nothing.
Okay, then yeah, that would explain it. Okay.
Maybe that's why she doesn't know how to love Mizuki. When an animal raised in captivity gives birth, sometimes it just doesn't know how to raise its young.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of times then they take the young away from the mother and then they'll raise it separately and then reintroduce it later.
It's just like that.
Is that why you gave Mizuki to Date? Renju is tilting his glass.
But that doesn't mean she's blameless in all this. Someone has to put a stop to it.
If I could have, I would have done it a long time ago.
What about counseling?
I did recommend that. She told me, I'm not sick. Why should I go see a doctor? Mizuki is the problem. Mizuki is the sick one. No, Mizuki would never leave Shoko. She wouldn't hear of it. Mizuki and Shoko are practically attached at the hip.
Even with all of the hitting?
Yes. Even if she's abused on a daily basis, even if she's treated like garbage, maybe Mizuki is hungry for love. She craves praise and attention and physical affection. She wants it from her mother. That's why she's so attached. I have a company now,
Lemniscate.
and we're at a crucial stage of development. I can't take even a single second out of my day to deal with a kid.
Hey, that's your daughter you're talking about. Maybe because you two can't cooperate on raising a child, Shoko is having trouble coping.
That might be it. Maybe this is partially my fault.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say it. You two are both awful parents.
He's less awful. Like he's not good for like prioritizing his company over
I knew about the whole thing.
the beating of his child, but he's less awful than the mother.
That's why 4 years ago, I decided to start taking care of Mizuki. Mizuki, you did nothing wrong. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. Not one single thing was your fault.
So that was a whole thing. That was a whole thing. Alright, cool. Cool. Lovely.
Huh? Why are we at the shrine?
We're gonna fight some people.
Did you come here to pray that you find the criminal?
No, I don't believe in God.
Wow, how edgy teen of you.
Look, I don't believe in God and I'm goddamn in my 20s. I'm nearly in my 30s. Oh, wow. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, Jesus. My birthday was just a couple of days ago. Just saying that now, I'm nearly in my 30s. Ah. I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20. Oh, that hurts.
Don't call me a teen. You're 12.
Well, you said that you got the shoulders of a 40-year-old.
That's not even remotely similar.
So why are we really here?
I sometimes come here when an investigation stalls. It helps me think. Sometimes I even solve the case from here. This is a quiet, peaceful little spot in the middle of a violent city. It's calming. It keeps all of the bad thoughts away.
Didn't expect you to be such a poet.
You could at least call me a romantic.
Same thing.
They're not at all the same thing. It's the difference between someone who's frugal and someone who's cheap.
I am 100% frugal.
You're stubborn about weirdly specific things.
Hey man, look, you gotta be specific about some things. Alright. Oh god. That was an awkward parental situation.